Welcome to my channel. We are going to create this type of low poly cute helicopter in Blender 3.3. So are you guys excited? Okay, then let's start the tutorial. Firstly, I'm going to create a new collection and rename it as helicopter. And after that, I'm going to move this cube to this helicopter collection because this will be the part of our helicopter. And let me turn this on so you can easily know what button I'm pressing. Okay, turn on the face selection mode by pressing 3 or just click on this. Okay, we are in face selection mode. Select this face and grab this out by pressing G and Y. Okay, now we are going to add some loops in it. Press Ctrl R and scroll the wheel up to get loops more than one. I think this will be enough. Now I'm going to work in wireframe mode. Press Z and select the wireframe mode. Press 7 for the top view and 1 for vertex selection mode. I'm removing the corners by grabbing them inside. I have to do this for every corner because the helicopter doesn't have these types of corners. Press S whenever you need to scale and press G whenever you need to grab or move the object. Now I'm going to select the front faces and move them forward a bit. Okay, I think this is good. Now I'm going to adjust this edge. I think I should work in wireframe mode, so press Z and select the wireframe mode. Select the vertex selection mode by pressing 1. Basically, we are trying to make a body of a helicopter. You can also see a reference image and try to make as near as possible. The middle part should be a bit up, so I'm grabbing it up. Okay, where it should be, I think this is good. I think the lower one should be a bit inside. I think we are doing great. Just select them and drag them in the right places. Now we are done from this side. Okay, now we have to do something from this back side. Press 7 from the number pad for the upper view. Press Z and select the wireframe. Now again we are going to fix these corners. Select them and drag them inside a bit. Okay, now it looks better. I think the middle part of the sides should also be pushed out. So select them and grab them a bit outside. As you see, we have selected both of the sides, so we can't grab them outside. That's why we are going to press Alt S to scale them along normals. We also can delete the half side and add the mirror modifier to it, so we don't have to edit both of the sides. I think it looks a bit wider, so I'll scale it on the x-axis. Okay, now let me see if I have done something wrong to it. It seems good for me. I am going to add a loop cut in the middle of our object because now we are going to delete the half side and going to add a mirror modifier to it. I know I had to do this earlier, but better late than never. Now I'm going to select the vertex select mode and I will select the half one. And if you're doing this, you must have in the wireframe mode. I will select the left one. Select the right or the left, doesn't matter. But I like to work on the right ones because they're right. Okay, I have added the mirror modifier and it is working perfectly. Now it does not have to work both of the sides. Congratulations, we lazy people. Now I'm going to select the face selection mode and extrude these. Oh, wait a minute. Control Z, Control Z. This clipping from the mirror modifier must be clicked in this type of situation, not every time. Okay, should I adjust something in this or not? I think it looks good. Now select these two faces and extrude these on the axis of Y. Just extrude it and after that we will adjust it. now press 3 for side view, not the front view. Okay, now press G and grab it down, and now we are going to scale it. So press S and scale it down. I think it should be better if it is longer. It is not compulsory to follow every step that I am doing. Okay, now I think the tail is wider. So press S and X and scale it on the X axis and make it thin. Now it looks good. Select the edge selection mode, press 2 and grab this edge on the axis of X and move it a bit outside. It was looking so flat, now it's good. Select the face selection mode and select these two faces. We are going to make this surface flat. Press S, Y and 0. Now I need to extrude them. Press E. Select the upper face and extrude it. Extrude it again. Select this side face and extrude it. Now press 2 to select the edge selection mode and select these two edges and press M and click on collapse. So this is going straight up and I don't want this. From the wireframe mode, select these edges and pull them back. Okay, now it looks good. Now I'm going back in the solid mode. We also have to create something like this from this downside. So select this face and extrude it. We can also pull this back. So from this side view I'm going to pull this a bit back, and now we can extrude it again, not too much. Okay, now I'm going to select this face and extrude it again like this. Again we are going to collapse these edges, so press 2 to edge selection mode and select these two edges and press M and collapse. Okay, now this looks good. I'm going to select these two faces, press 3 if you're not in face selection mode, and select these faces, press E and extrude it. We also have to scale it down, so press S and scale it a bit down. Now I'm going to select the edge selection mode and grabbing this a bit inside on the X-axis, and it looks good for me. Now we are going to add some windows to it. Press 3 for face selection mode and select these 5 faces. Press I and insert these edges. Now we can't extrude it as usual, so we are going to extrude it along normals. So press Alt E and extrude these faces along normals. So our front windows are ready. We need some extra, and we are going to select these two faces and press I to insert, press Alt E to extrude these faces along normals, and drag your mouse a bit outside. Now we have created our windows perfectly.
Good.
Okay, now we are going to create the rotor for this helicopter. Confirm that you are in edge selection mode. Select this edge, press Shift S and set the cursor to selected position. Now from the object mode, press Shift A and add a cylinder. Now I'm going to reduce the radius because I don't need that much. And also I'm decreasing the depth around 0.40, and I need 16 vertices for it. You can just type 16 or you can click and drag it until we get 16. Now I'm going to move it a bit up. Press tab to go to edit mode. Press 3 to turn the face selection mode on and select this face and extrude it a bit up. Now press S to scale, and again we are going to extrude it. Press Alt and select this to select the whole loop at a time. Now press S to scale. I think we should move it slightly upwards. Okay, nice. Now we are going to select this face, I for insert and G for grab, and I think we should make this a bit smaller. Our rotor is completed and we need our rotor blades. I'm gonna create 4 rotor blades for this. I think I have to adjust the upper part of our rotor. Okay, firstly I'm going to wireframe mode and I'm going to select this part. Okay, we are in the face selection mode. Press 2 to go to edge selection mode, turn on, grab it down. Now it's fine. Okay, now we can add blades. Okay, we have selected those faces that we need. Now we can extrude them, but we can't extrude them just by pressing E, because we are going to extrude 4 faces at the same time. So we are going to press Alt and E, and we are going to extrude these faces along normals. Okay, from the top view I'm confirming that the blade do not touch our tail. I mean our helicopter's tail, not ours. Now I'm scaling it on the z-axis and making the blade more thinner. Okay, now we have to create two more things: landing skids and tail rotor. So we are going to start with tail rotor first. Okay, now I'm going to select the body of our helicopter, and after going in edit mode, first we need to press 2 for edge selection mode, and we are going to select this edge and press shift S and select cursor to selected. Now our 3D cursor is moved on our selection. Okay, now we have to go to in object mode and press shift A to add a cylinder. We have to rotate this on the axis of Y, so press R, then Y and 90 for 90 degrees of rotation. Okay, we will edit this in edit mode, so go to edit mode and scale it a bit down because we need this smaller. Okay, I want the side view, so press 3 for the side view, and I'm just adjusting the position of this rotor. I think I should pull this out a bit like this. Okay, now press 3 for face selection mode and select this face and extrude it. Now we are going to select the faces to extrude the blades as we made our main rotor. Just select one face and skip 3 faces, and select another face and skip 3 faces, and so on. We have selected all our 4 faces and now we are ready to extrude it. So press Alt E and extrude these faces along normals. Okay, select the middle part of our rotor and press I to insert, and press X and grab it a bit outside. Oh, we also have created our tail rotor. Now just one more thing to create: the landing skids of our helicopter, or you can say legs of our helicopter. Okay, now press 3 from the number pad for the side view and select all the things by pressing A and move all the things up. Press Shift C, deselect all the things, and I'm going to add a single word. Press Shift A, and from the mesh you will find single word, and now click on add single word. One thing you should always remember, that you can't select this if you are in face selection mode or if you are in edge selection mode. You should be in vertex selection mode, because this is just a single vertex. How could you select this by face selection mode or just edge selection mode? So after selecting the vertex selection mode, extrude it on the y-axis right side and also to the left side. Now extrude it again on the y-axis. This time we are not going too far, just a little bit away from our previous vertex. Now let me zoom a little bit. Now we are going to extrude this 2 or 3 more times. So we are going to hold the control and right click. Okay, I am pressing G to place them on the right place. I don't know why am I using box selection all the time. I think it's just because of my habit. Okay, now we have to extrude 2 vertices from here straight into the helicopter. But before that we have to place this on the right place. So from the top view, grab this on the y-axis, sorry, on the x-axis. This was so small, so I have scaled it. Okay, now I'm going to select this vertex and extrude it and place it here. Now select this vertex and extrude it also. I want the front view. Press 1 from the number pad and select the both vertex, and I'm going to grab them on the x-axis inside a bit like this. Now I'm going to add mirror modifier to it. Okay, now we just need some thickness, but before that I am going to add a subdivision surface modifier. Reduce the levels because we are going to add another subdivision surface modifier after adding skin modifier. But before we use skin modifier, we have to change this into mesh. So in the object mode, right click and change into mesh. Now we can easily add a skin modifier. One more thing we have to notice here: if we have to use both the mirror modifier and also the skin modifier, then we have to use the skin modifier first, and after that we should use the mirror modifier. Now I'm going to delete the left leg and I'll add the mirror modifier after that. Sorry for the missing footage, I just have deleted the left leg. Go to edit mode and press Ctrl A and scale it down like this. If you have added a skin modifier, you cannot just press S for scale, you have to press Ctrl A for scale. I also have added subdivision surface modifier after adding the skin modifier and also mirror modifier. Press 1 from the number pad. Now I want to increase the distance between these. We are in object mode, we have to be in edit mode, so press tab and now we can grab them. Okay, congratulations, we have completed our modeling part. Okay, now I am going to minimize this step because our helicopter is done. Select this collection and shift A, and we are going to add a plane, and after that we will add some lights to it. Increase the size of our plane. Press 1 from the number pad for the front view. I want to select the whole helicopter, so I'll go to the collections, right click on this helicopter collection and click on select objects. Now we can move our helicopter. I have moved this helicopter a bit up on the Z axis because I want a helipad under this. Select this collection again, and we are going to add a circle. Press 7 from the number pad for the top view. Press Z and select the wireframe mode, scale it a bit up, and I also have to grab this like this. Okay, press tab for the edit mode and press F to fill this, and now I'm going to extrude this. Press 1 for the front view and extrude it to the skids. Okay, everything looks good for me. So going in the solid mode, and I'm going to press F2 and rename it helipad. It's not compulsory because we does not have too many things, but this habit will gonna help you in bigger projects. Press Ctrl Alt 0 from the number pad. This will help you to move your camera to your current position. Press N, and from the view tab take this camera to view, and now I'm going to set a good camera angle for our helicopter. And after that I'm going to delete this default light, and I'm going to add an area light. Now I'm going to move this on the Z axis. Press S and scale it, and I'm also going to increase the strength of this light. I'm going about 2000, and I will also gonna change the color. Now I'm going to add another light to our object, so shift A and add a sun, and press G and grab on the axis of Z. Now I'm going to add track to object constraint. Press E in this properties area, or just click on the eyedropper and select the body of our helicopter. Now if we move our light, we don't need to rotate it all the time. Now I'm going to place it at one side of our helicopter. I think I should move the light a bit forward, so from the top view I'm going to grab it forward. Now I'm going to select the other light source and scale it up. We have a sunlight, the brighter one, and this is the second light, the softer one, because this is big. The more bigger, the more softer. I'm also going to add the object constraint to it. Select the track to object constraint and press E for the eyedropper and select the body of our helicopter for the target. Now it's time for some textures. Okay, select the body of our helicopter, and from the materials properties I'm going to rename this as metal. Press Z and go to rendered view. I'm going to select the red color for our helicopter, and I'm going to set it 100% metallic, 0 for 0% and 1 for 100%. Now we have to add another material to this single object, so we have to go to in edit mode and we have to select the faces of the windows. I think I should switch it to the solid view. Okay, now we have selected all the faces of our windows. We don't need to select the other side's window because we have already applied the mirror modifier. Now we have to create a new material for this object, so click on this new after clicking on the plus button. I'm going again in rendered view, press assign. Assign is compulsory. Set the color for the glass. I like the black glass. I'm going to reduce the roughness. And I am also going to set it 100% metal. Okay, now it's time for the other objects. I'm going to select the main rotor, click on this new button. I'm going to rename it as okay, silver, not silver F, just silver. I'm not going to select the color for this, but I will set the metal to 100% and decrease the roughness. This material was for the rotor blades. Now we are going to select just the rotor. You can hold Alt and left click for the loop select. We have to select these one by one. If you have any problem in zooming in, click period button on the number pad. Your problem will solve. We have selected all that we want. Now I'm going to select the black material for our rotor. I want to decrease the roughness of our blade. Okay, now it looks good for me. I'm going to select the tail rotor. Okay, should I create a new material to it or not? Okay, I'm going to add the silver material. Great, it looks good. Okay, now it's time for our landing skids. Select the landing skids. I think I should create a new material for this. Okay, let me rename it first and select any color you want. 100% metal, and I'll reduce the roughness. I'm not satisfied with the color of the landing skids. Okay, just leave it. I'm going to select the helipad and press new, add a new material for our helipad. Which color should be better for this? And also I'm going to set the metal to 100%, and now the color is not looking good. Okay, now I think this is good. Select the surface, click on new and select the color. Okay, it looks good for me. And now I'm going for the world properties and change the world light color. I have seen this type of lighting setting on the channel Polygon Runway. He creates awesome videos. You should check those out. Okay, now I want the top view. Press 7 from the number pad. Oh wow, it looks more beautiful from the top. Now I have to edit something in the surface because it's a very sharp edge and I don't want this. Select the vertex selection mode and select this small vertex. Press Shift Ctrl B and scroll your wheel up to increase the segments. Okay, now this is not sharp. I also want to increase the size of this surface. And it's render time. Press F12 to render and Alt Shift S to save your image.